It's a battle of the silver and black. How's it going, guys? It's your boy, Subconscious Sam. The Generals are number 2 in the AFC North after last week's dominating win against the Ravens. And on the first play of the Generals' possession, Eli Manning takes a sack for a loss. He, however, redeems himself with a pass down the middle to Reggie Bush, who gains a first down, and more. Afterwards, Eli Manning connects with Andre Johnson, who runs his deep corner route on the left side and catches it on 2 defenders. From there, on 2nd and 10, Kloppenstein runs a drag route down the middle, who Eli Manning connects with as he muscles his way into the end zone, making the score 7-0 after the extra point. I see the Raiders have cover athlete Shaun Alexander, so I try to be very cautious with him, as I don't want to break out a big run or two on me. The Raiders have a 3 and out, and on 2nd and 7, Eli Manning has a batted pass that is eventually intercepted by Bentley, only for Garrard to throw an interception on the next play. After a Generals 3 and out, Garrard hooks up with Nate Burleson with an out route on the left side, who does a series of magical moves before he finds his way to the end zone, making the score 7-7. Bush fields off a kick return, which he fumbles as he allows the defense to recover and run it into the end zone, making the score 14-7 after the extra point, which is the end of the quarter. On 2nd and 8 for the Raiders, I injure Shaun Alexander as I extend my streak of injuring notable stars to 2 games. It is now 3rd and inches as Reggie Bush gets a handoff, but gets stuffed. I decide to go for it on 4th down, and Eli Manning rolls left and scrambles for a first down. From there, Stephen Davis gets a counter play left side and gets a big gain, but manages to fumble at the end. As I challenge the play, it gets overturned, as he was clearly down. After the call, Manning rolls left and throws a pass near the sideline to Reggie Bush, who hauls it in. And on 3rd and 8, Manning finds Subconscious Sam for a curl route to gain a first down. On 2nd and 10, Manning finds Andre Johnson on the crossing route down the middle, who scores a touchdown, knotting up the score at 14 apiece. It is now 2nd and 4 for the Raiders, and Garrard looks for a receiver as Brian Urlacher jumps the ball and intercepts it. On the very next play, Manning drops back and throws a deep touchdown strike to Subconscious Sam, as our lead gets extended 21-14 after the extra point. It is 1st and 10, and Garrard answers back with a deep strike to Johnson for a 51-yard touchdown, as the score gets knotted up at 21, ending the first half. In the 3rd quarter, on 2nd and 6, Manning drives the offense well into scoring position, where Rakers racks up 3 points, extending our lead to 3. It's now 3rd and 7, and Garrard scrambles down the middle for a first, but sacked later for a loss, which ends their drive, making them punt. On 3rd and 8, Manning does a play action and finds Subconscious Sam for a first down, and a little more. The Raiders defense prevails, however, making us punt, as the 3rd quarter comes to an end 24-21. Near the top of the 4th quarter, Eli Manning rolls left on 2nd and 10 and almost scrambles for a first, where Chris Cooley manages to get a first on the next play. Later in the drive, Manning looks for Johnson deep, but is unable to connect. On 3rd and 10 into their own end zone, Garrard drops back and finds Galloway for a deep pass on the left side, who runs it in for a 91-yard touchdown, taking the lead 28-24 in the 4th quarter. It is now 4th and inches, and I call Eli Manning's number to get us a first down, as he manages to do so. On the next play, Eli Manning rolls right and finds Subconscious Sam for a first down. Manning connects with Kloppenstein again on 2nd and 7, who makes his way to the goal line. From there, Manning does a left side handoff to Davis, who scores with 30 seconds on the clock left. Garrard, however, finds Joey Galloway deep, which puts him in field goal position to send the game in OT, which the kicker exactly does. It is now overtime, and the Raiders make me more and more nervous as they inch themselves closer into field goal position, all the way until David Garrard throws the ball at his teammate's ankles, resulting in a fumble, where his teammate recovers but fumbles the ball as well, that Landon Collins picks up and carries into the end zone, sealing our victory and putting a dagger in the hearts of the Raiders fans and the city of Oakland. In a well-fought game, the Generals win the game 37-31. This is the exact type of win that we need to carry on to next week with the momentum. It is now week 5, and the Generals are on the road again against Carolina. The Generals now stand at 500 and are one game behind Cincinnati as we inch on closer to the number 1 spot. On 2nd and 8, Madden does a play action fake and throws deep to Andre Johnson, starting the game off spectacular. But on 1st and 10, Madden draws back and tries to fit one in for Kevin Curtis, which has the pass deflected and intercepted. On 1st and 19, the Panthers Leftwich throws the pass down the middle to Tim White before the 50-yard line. After a punt, however, Madden finds subconscious send for an out route to get a first down. And then again, but where the refs ruled it an out-of-bounds catch. I called BS and challenged the play, and upon looking at the review, it was pretty evident that he was in bounds, reversing the call. On 3rd and 5, Madden rolls left and scrambles for a first, but fumbles as he dives, letting the defense recover. Leftwich connects with his receiver on a slant route for about 13 yards. But on 3rd and 4, he tries to connect with his receiver in the back of the end zone, which Palomar deflects and Woodson intercepts, ending the first quarter with both teams at 0. It is now the start of the second quarter, and the Generals come up with some serious yardage until Madden connects with Andre Johnson for a deep corner route, who runs the sideline all the way into the end zone, making the score 7-0 after the extra point. Right before the half, the Generals muster up an additional 3 points, making the halftime score 10-0. It is now the third quarter, and it's 1st and 10, where Manning finds Miller for the first down. And he tries to connect with Andre Johnson in the end zone, which gets broken up, but not before a PI call is called on Roy Williams. From there, Manning tosses the ball left outside to Stephen Davis, who runs it in for a touchdown, making the score 17-0 after the extra point. After a 3 and out, Manning connects with his key target, Andre Johnson, who gets tackled at the 20 after the big catch. Generals manage to get 3 from that drive, making the score a commanding 20-0 lead. Right before the end of the quarter, Leftwich finds a receiver deep into the left field for a huge gain, ending the third quarter. It is now the fourth quarter, and the Panthers manage to get a field goal from that drive, putting themselves on the board, but still trailing by 17 points. We also managed to get a field goal from our next drive, taking back our 20-point lead, making the score 23-3. On 3rd and 5, with about 50 seconds left in the game, I decided to pour it on with this left side handoff to Bush, who slips under a tackle before he dives his way into the end zone. As I also sent another group of opposing fans exiting the game in disgust. The final score of the game is 30-3, Generals, as they steal another win on the road, bettering our team record to 3-2. Well, thanks for watching, guys. Until next time.